What's up, everybody? We got another guitar lesson here. Today we're going to do a little bit of Phrygian. Check that out, see what that's all about. It's another mode of the major scale. And in this lesson we're just going to look at it like it is its own scale. We don't really need to think about the major scale here. Let's just take a look at it, dissect it, see how you can use it. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Dorian scale. I'm going to overlap it over the pentatonic, minor pentatonic. So, number one thing to know about the Phrygian scale. It's a minor scale. It includes every note in the minor pentatonic, just like Dorian, and you'll find that all the modes, the minor modes of the three minor modes of the major scale, they all include the pentatonic minor. So they all have a 1, a flat 3, a 4, 5, flat 7, back to your 1 there. Okay? So that's good info. That's good info. You need to know that. And that really helps us kind of alleviate any overthinking, and we can kind of simplify this stuff. So, if we just play that minor, we're just going to get that minor pentatonic sound that we all know and love. But now we want to make we want to add some notes. We want to get that Phrygian sound. And so the first thing we need to recognize is there's two additional notes here. One of them is, so in Dorian we added the 2 and the 6. Phrygian, just flat those notes. Flat 2, flat 6. So first of all, we're going to do the flat 2, and we're just going to include that in our minor pentatonic scale so we can see the minor pentatonic scale, which we already know. Again, comprehensive, super important. We don't want to get into the habit of memorizing new material, this whole new scale shape. We want to be able to just, add little bits and pieces to what we already know. Much easier. You'll learn a lot more that way, and you'll pick these things up a lot quicker. Because modes can be as confusing as anything, especially with all the different teachers out there and all the different explanations for it. So this is just simplifying the Phrygian. First, we're just going to play the minor pentatonic scale with a flat 2, which is it's right above the root note. It's just a half step above the root note. So if you know where your root notes are, I suggest you do that. There's 3 of them in this shape. 1, here's root, root, root. So if you just play the note next to the root, you've got the flat 2, and we're starting to get that Phrygian sound. And that's really what the Phrygian sound's all about here. So we got ending on the flat 3 up here just because that's what the shape gives us. But if you want to just hear the mode or hear the scale with the flat 2, make sure to end on the root. Okay, so as you can tell, that flat 2 gives us a pretty dark sound, and it's actually I really enjoy that flat 2, or some up an octave, the flat 9. That's something we went over in that diminished scale as well. It's in there, and so yeah, it's just it's very useful in all kinds of music, especially if you're improvising in a minor key. You don't have to be in a Phrygian key even. You can just plaster the Phrygian mode over top of a minor key to get that Phrygian sound. Now, I wouldn't be hanging out on those notes too much, but like that's just kind of a move right there. I'm playing the flat 2s with the pentatonic. So if over A minor, so yeah, just a little idea there. Just kind of making use of that flat 2. It just gives you a darker sound. And then, of course, we've got the next note, the flat 6, which, I mean, that's super dark as well. It likes to go back down to the 5. So you got that flat 6 sound. So even darker. So now let's just practice playing the scale, just adding the flat 6. So 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. If you want to play that flat 3 on top. So when we practice this way, you're really seeing the scale degrees, and I mean, I can't really stress enough. If you want to improvise, if you want to write music, if you want to sound good, and you want to have a good idea of, you know, expressing specific emotions, I mean, you got to know the scale degrees because they all have their own unique sound. And if you're aware of them, you're not going to grab these notes if you're not aware of them. They're, you know, and so, yeah, just keep that in mind. So now the full Phrygian scale, all we do is just play the minor pentatonic and add the flat 2 and the flat 6. So we got. I'll end on the A there. So there you go. So have fun with that. And again, you can just loop an A minor chord. If you want a specific Phrygian sound, maybe loop A minor with B flat major 7, or just B flat major 7, or just, excuse me, B flat major. So yeah, that's an idea, but just practice and understanding the formula of this scale is what's important. This way of thinking about it has, you know, it's helped a lot of my students, and it's always been something that once I kind of started seeing these scale degrees, it's made things a lot easier for me as far as improvising goes. Also, you know, don't forget practicing on one string. It's another great way to see these scale degrees. So for A, so we got 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. You can always, when you're on that 1, got that flat 2, you can always just kind of sneak that in there for a little extra, you know, darkness or tension. So anyway, I hope this lesson helps you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out.